Hi guys, this is the Naked Eye Podcast and you're tuned in with your host Shenell Marie. I'm just checking in. This is post-surgery and chemotherapy treatment. I had my surgery on the 1st, or what was that? I think it was on the 1st or the sometime in January or beginning of February. And I had chemotherapy treatment on the 2nd of February. And so far, in the beginning, everything was fine. Had my energy. I didn't have any allergic reactions, which was great. No side effects. They told me that side effects might hit a little later. So I was just like, okay. I had a great amount of energy. I want to say the first 2 or 3 days. And then I just started to slowly decline and slowly digress. The side effects start to hit a little bit later in the days. The day of chemo treatment, I'll talk about that. I went in, and as you know, I had this surgery and I got my port installed, and that port is so that they'll be able to take away, draw blood, do my labs and draw blood, and also for them to be able to administer the chemotherapy medications. So I did that, and I didn't put my cream on right. And it hurted when the man punctured me in my chest with the needle that they use for the draws. But I toughed it out. I was okay. Then after that, I had to meet with my physician to make sure I was ready. We went over to the day hospital, and they walked me through my chemo treatment and everything. They were so kind and sweet. The nurses were so kind. My nurse, her name was Nurse Hannah. She was the sweetest lady. She walked me through everything and made sure that I was comfortable with everything she was saying, made sure that I understood their procedures, which made me feel way more better about receiving the treatment. They were really good with distracting me, seeing that I have very bad anxiety. They distracted me and talked me through my first 15 minutes, because within the first 15 minutes of my first medication is when you usually see signs of allergic reaction. But she was able to talk me through it, just talk to me about just me and what I do in life and all that stuff. And that helped me get through without having an anxiety attack and then falsifying anxiety symptoms for allergic reaction symptoms. So that was really kind of her. I recognized that, and I thought that that was a great communication technique that she used to help me get through that first 15 minutes of treatment. So now, yesterday I got no sleep. I started having signs and symptoms of constipation, which is one of the side effects of the medication I've been taking. And it is terrible. I never wanted to poop so bad in my life. I've tried stool softeners. I've tried 2 different stool softeners. I've tried prune juice. I've tried everything, and they help me pass gas. But I have not had a bowel in 2 days. So if tomorrow I do not have a bowel, we are going to have a problem. I have to end up going into labor and delivery to see if they can help me out, give me fluids, something to help me have a bowel movement. because this is too much. Another one of the symptoms that I'm having is body aches and pains. I feel like I have like serious arthritis everywhere. My entire body is hurting. Like when I say my entire body, I mean like from my fingertips to the tips of my toes is hurting. It hurts so bad. And I'm trying to fight through that. My pain tolerance is high. But this is like constant, and there's nothing that I can take that makes the pain go away. It's just a side effect, and I have to deal with it. So I still get up and move around because I don't want my body to be too stiff. And then I also get up and move around so that my blood can keep circulating and everything, because whatever little energy I have, I just get up and I walk into the living room or whatever. I took a bath today. My husband ran me a bath, which I was happy about. I got to sit in the tub. And he's been extremely attentive and helpful with everything, because this has been really hard on both of us. Because although he's not physically going through it, he has to watch me go through it. And today, with all the side effects hitting me at once, what you want?
I thought y'all said winter was like only 4 more weeks. Have you looked outside?
He just came in here.
Did you look outside?
I have looked outside.
It looked like the movie The Gray. It looked like Alaska out there.
He just came in here upset because it's snowing. It's like a blizzard outside. And he's like, I thought y'all said it was only 4 more weeks until spring break. He is pissed. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But what was I saying? Jesus Christ. But yeah, the pain that I'm feeling, the fatigue that I feel, my body is so sore. The fatigue is terrible. To have the feeling of being so tired that you feel like your legs are going to buckle from under you, or the fatigue of just trying to walk, but you can only walk, like a couple of feet ahead of you, and then you have to stop. I'm not used to this. This morning was filled with so many tears. I cried, and I just allowed myself to cry because I had to let it out. I needed to cry. I needed to shed some tears because this is not easy. This is the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. And it's just mind-boggling. And it tries to play on your mental, but I've been doing pretty good with that. So I'm just trying to keep the faith, stay positive, stay forward thinking, keeping myself up and moving, and trying to keep a positive attitude about what's going on. And as hard as it is, it's just, I can only take it one day at a time. I'm trying to piece together some things for me to be able to do in this time of pain. But I only have enough energy to do things at least 5 to 15 minutes at a time. My husband is expected today to wash my hair. And in the next couple of days, we're going to be looking at if I am having any side effects as far as hair loss, because my hair is expected to be falling out. But if he does wash my hair and I see excessive shedding, I'm just going to have him go ahead and cut it, because I don't want to deal with the daunting sight of seeing chunks of my hair fall out. I'm not going to be able to deal with that. That's like, yeah, hair is hair, but I've had hair my entire life, so I can't. I'm just going to have him, chop it up. But I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. Life is moving very slow. I've had several issues with insurance. My insurance tried not to pay for my chemotherapy treatment, but my physician made sure that I got an exception and that they pushed everything through due to the pregnancy. Today, which is, I don't know what the date is, February 4th, I believe. Today, I was able to get a continuation of benefits for insurance until state insurance kicks in. It's just crazy how we have to pay for healthcare. Like, I'm literally dying of whatever. Like, trying to get treatment. People are sick trying to get treatment for things, and people are trying to make sure they're healthy and all this stuff, but some people can't even do that because insurance won't pay for it, or because they've lost coverage or anything like that. That shit just blows my mind and makes me so upset, because going through this chemo treatment and everything, I can't imagine me or my child or anyone having to go through such a thing. Like, I have insurance and then I don't, and then my child or me has to miss out on treatment because of the fact that my insurance doesn't want to cover it. Like, that's why we have to be thankful for places like St. Jude's and stuff like that, because, man, I missed 2 doctor's appointments. And I was supposed to go to the physician's office directly after having my chemotherapy the next day, so that I could get a checkup on baby, so we could check and see how he was doing. Oh yeah, by the way, we're having a boy. And yeah, it's a lot. Now I have an appointment on this upcoming Monday. I have an appointment coming up, and I'm just waiting, y'all. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on these symptoms to surpass. I'm waiting on some more mental peace and clarity. It's a lot going on, but I think that I was given this so that I can really hone down and focus on myself and focus on learning how to control my body and my anxieties, and just focus on God and what He's telling me and trying to show me. So I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on everything that's going on. I'll be back with some more information once I'm able to. I hope you guys are healthy and doing well. I hope that you guys are conquering your 2022 goals, and that you guys are being successful, proactive, proficient, and abundant. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, this is Shenell Marie, the host of the Naked Eye podcast. I'm sorry, but today I have low energy, so I decided to come on because it's been quite a trying time, and I really, if I think about it, don't even remember what was going on the last time I recorded. But know since then, now I've had two rounds of chemo. My first round of chemo was very interesting. Everything went well, though. And we're happy and blessed that it did go well. I did end up experiencing some side effects of the chemo, one of those including my hair coming out. And my hair, I'd like to talk about that experience today. So, as I'm speaking to you guys, I have no hair. But this was probably like my third week into the end of my second week, going into my third week of my first dose of chemo. And when I got that, I had just finished having like the terrible aches and pains, the constipation, the terrible constipation. I was constipated for like 6 days, and then just the ups and downs of what was expected from chemo. So in my mind, I was thinking, like maybe my hair, would bounce back because treatment is, once every 3 weeks. So I was thinking maybe my body would have enough time to rejuvenate my hair cells and all of that, and my hair would be fine. And also just being encouraged by other people, like, well, my hair didn't fall out, but also taking into consideration, like, everyone's not the same, everyone's systems aren't the same, and then also the medications that they may have been taking may have been different and less harsh than what I'm taking. But I still was holding on to hope that my hair would stay. So that day that I realized my hair was coming out, I was on FaceTime with my good friend Princess, and we were FaceTiming, and I was trying to put my hair into a ponytail. So as I'm trying to put my hair into a ponytail, I'm like, you know how you push your hair back when you put your hair in a ponytail. I did that with my hands, so I was pushing my hair back, and when I pushed my hair back, my edges came out in my hand. Yes, my edges came out in my hand. So you can imagine, you're on the phone with your friend. She's watching you try to put your hair in a ponytail, and your edges literally come out in your hands. That was like one of the moments. Like, I started laughing because I was just like, wait, what? Wait a minute. Hold up. So my edges are, they started here, but they ended up here, looking down at my hand. And it just made me curious, and one thing led to another. I told her, I was like, I'm so sorry for traumatizing you, because she was speechless. She didn't know what to say, which was understandable because of the fact, like, you don't know how someone really is taking it when they're going through something like that. Like, she didn't know if I was going through a dramatic, like, shock, or if I was okay with it, and part of me was okay with it, but another part of me was in shock because I had it in my mind that I was going to just have my hair. But no. So after that, we were still talking. I was just like, okay, like, just bear with me because I want to see if this is really my hair falling out. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to pull some hair from here. So it was kind of like the crown of my head. I just reached in the crown of my head and, just pulled. And when I tell you the largest chunk of hair came out of my head, I was like, oh my God. And it came out so easily from the roots. This was not like I had to yank it. I didn't have to do anything. It was crazy. It just came out so easily. And I was just like, oh my God, my hair is really coming out. Like, the hair on my head is possibly just not going to exist anymore. So then, I was just like, at that point, I'm like, okay, this big chunk of hair just came out of my head. And then at this point, I have a huge ball of hair in my hand, which is all of my hair from me just picking and prying and just trying to see if this is reality, if this is the truth, if this really is what I'm about to have to endure, is my hair coming out. So I took the idea of brushing my hair because I was just like, okay, if this much is coming out from me just touching my hair or from me simply just pinching and pulling, then let me see what happens when I brush my hair. So I decided to brush my hair. And let me tell you, when I brushed my hair, there was so much hair in that brush. It was so much hair in the brush as though like I had been brushing my hair for probably like 2 weeks and had not cleaned out my my wig brush, my detangling brush. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I was just like absolutely in shock. So the next day, I decided I had to brush my hair the next day, but you started to see the life literally fall from my hair. Like there was no sheen, there was no shine. You started to see the hair just dull itself out and start to thin. So when I saw that happening, then I just decided, okay, well, I'm just going to have to cut it. Hey, I got cut off, but yes. I ended up having to cut my hair. I made the decision to cut my hair. My husband, ironically, is in school for barbering. And I was like, okay, well, he's going to be the one to cut my hair, obviously. So the first day where I thought I was going to cut my hair, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired, but I'm making things happen. But anyways, the first day where I thought I was going to have my hair cut, it was a hit and miss because he was not ready for me to have my hair cut. So when you think about it, you're like, well, why wasn't he? And it's just like you have to think about it from the other person's perspective. To me, it was just like, okay, let's just go ahead and get this over with because I don't want to have to, deal with the agony or the traumatization of me having to see my hair fall out every day. Whereas for him, it's just like, okay, well, let's see how long it takes for us to even really notice it's falling out, which I notice that it's falling out. So if I notice that it's falling out, that's enough for me. But for him, it was more of a situation of, okay, your hair is falling out, but I'm not ready to see you in the way that is, about to happen because I'm so used to seeing you one way. So he didn't come out right away and just say that. He beat around the bush so hard, but I eventually got it out of him. And he then the next day had more energy, more confidence of being able to get through it and be able to do it. I had a little anxiety about the idea that I was about to get my hair cut, but I was still very open to the idea of having my hair just chopped off. There's something very liberating about just cutting all your hair off. I don't know what it is, but when you cut all your hair off, you just be like, wow, this is great. This feels wonderful. Like, it feels great not to have to wake up and do anything to my head. I'm going to be very honest and frank. Like, having to get up and do something to my head every day was kind of a stressor for me because I'm not very good with doing my hair at all. So let's just put that out there. And then just also seeing myself in a different state of like this different state of beauty. Like being able to see myself without the added, stuff on my head. It was nice to look in the mirror and just to see my face. To see my face without anything extra, to see my face as just its natural, original canvas, instead of seeing it framed by hair. It was more peaceful than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as traumatic as I expected it to be. I really didn't know what I would look like, but most people, when they saw me, they were just like in awe, because of the fact that it's like, oh, it's Shenell, but it's like Shenell 2.0. Like, she looks great without hair. And even like some people were just like, wow, this looks like this is just your original hairstyle. Like, you just look like this is just how you were supposed to look. And I'm like, I guess, because I cut my hair, so how else am I supposed to look? But yeah. So since I've had my hair cut, though, let's talk about the sense of temperature. Like, when I tell y'all my little bean head be so cold, I already am dealing with chronic anemia, okay? And with no hair on my head, these are a few of the cons. No hair on my head be cold as I don't know what. I'll be sitting here feeling all different type of drafts on my little bean head. And sometimes it's just too much, so I have to wear a hat in the house. And since I've been wearing a hat in the house, it's hilarious because now my son thinks that he should always wear his hat while he's at school. So I get these pictures from his teacher, sending me pictures. Jace didn't want to take his hat off today, and I tell her, I'm like, I know. I said, I hope it's not too much of a distraction. Jace is getting used to seeing Mom at home with a hat on because she's cold. But of course, his teacher, she knows what's going on and everything at home, because I told her we're trying to make everything at home as normal as possible for him, because I am going through such a big change, and as a mother and then an active mother at that, it's really different for them when I can't play, or even just my boys being so empathetic as they are. They see that I'm not feeling well. They see that I'm always laying down or that I'm not in the mood. So they come in my room and they try to make sure that Mommy is okay, make sure that they're including me because they don't want me to feel excluded. And it's just an all around like endearing experience. So the funny part of when I did cut my hair is that Jay, my youngest, he's 4 years old. He came in the kitchen while his dad was cutting my hair, and he was just like assisting. We have this on video. He's just like assisting his dad, and he's brushing my hair with the detangling brush, trying to see like, okay, what's going on? Because every time I come in this kitchen, her hair getting a little bit shorter. Like, what's happening, y'all? What y'all doing? So then he just goes ahead and he takes the razor to my head and just, cuts the hair off. And by this time, both boys, they come into the kitchen and they're like, oh my goodness. Like, they're looking at me like, what did you do? And it's so hilarious because this just shows how loving they are. They both came in and they rubbed my head. There was no, crazy, outlandish comments or anything like that. They were just like, Mommy, now you look like Jace. And I was just like, yeah, see, Jace, I told you I was going to get a haircut like you at some point, because I did express that to him probably like a month ago, that I would be getting a haircut that looks similar to his. So when he touched my head, he was like, you're so fuzzy and soft. So that made me feel better. And they just the best kids ever. They just go with the punches. They just go with what they see is going on. They don't complain. They don't do any of that. They just roll with the punches with their parents. And they make their mom feel like the best person ever in the midst of it, even though they know she's not feeling well. I'm blessed. I definitely blessed out with the two boys that I have. But yeah, that was my experience with getting my hair cut. I did call a couple of people to show them my haircut, and they were like really shocked about me cutting my hair, and some people were upset that I cut my hair, surprisingly. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry that I'm going through chemo and my hair was falling out. Okay, what am I supposed to do about that? But that's neither here or there, because y'all know I already know how to deal with people from